Welcome to another episode of The Adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein the fellas discuss placenta transport, detachable faces, and twins. Now play the music, Junebug.
A lot of those great older characters have died now from those films, like Blue. Well, You're My Boy, Blue. Like he passed on.
Well, I mean, he wasn't. What did he look like? He looked like he was long for this world.
I don't know. He was doing pretty good after being Blue.
No, I mean that, of course, financially, but they didn't hire him for his relative.
Yeah,
they didn't hire him for his money. They hired him for what he looked like.
Guys, I don't know if you know, but pretty much everyone who was in the movie Cocoon is dead.
Wait, you're saying it was a fallacy?
So does that mean they've transported worlds? What happened in that movie? I can't even remember.
Oh, it was dope.
Jump into the
check out the swimming pool. It's dope.
Yeah.
It because I had not been to L.A. at that point. When did Cocoon come out? 88?
88,
Oh,
87.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I had been to L.A. once. And it was. I don't think I had been in a swimming pool in L.A. So that was something else to see that sort of. My aunt had an apartment in Venice, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
in the Venice canals or something.
Ooh.
In the Venice canals.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago, and
I bet it was still expensive back then, too.
I don't know.
1985, Cocoon.
Right. So
Fact checking already before we've even announced the show.
I know.
And it was a cool place, but it didn't have a swimming pool or whatever. So this sort of like L.A. feeling, La Piscine communal swimming pool was so cool.
How about we get this show started? How about that? Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
Hello.
And to his right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
Hello.
Fresh off of Mighty Ducks reunion. And
Come on,
my name
man.
is Jeremy.
Don't do that. Why you gotta do that?
Why?
Why do you say it and then you introduce yourself? You're like, yeah.
Well, Jeremy was fresh off the Mighty Ducks reunion. He was he was letting you say hello.
I was getting on. I was on all the blogs, all the.
Jeremy was showing him his patented. The paparazzi wouldn't leave him alone unless he did a triple deke. So he's like, "Okay, I'll do it. I'll shut you up."
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. I'm surprised you knew the triple deke.
It's like the Knox Pearl of. It's the Knox Pearl
Mox.
of. It's the Mox Pearl of Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, or the triple Lindy of Back to School.
I prefer to think of it as the Make the Eyes Glow Boys of Three Ninjas.
Or the
Which is the signal for you to start punching a guy in the balls. I love it. What is a better
Three Ninjas? God, I can't.
come on.
I don't think I can get back to that.
Oh, you're more of you're more of a Three Ninjas kickback guy?
No. I'm just saying. I'm trying to remember. I just think about the.
What was the?
They had bunk beds, and I was a little jealous because I never had bunk beds.
Didn't they have triple bunk beds?
I think it was a triple bunk bed. Yeah, because then they were when they would kick the bad guys' asses in the bedroom.
Oh yes,
but they fight like jumping out of the.
Yeah, pretty sure they took some.
Sure.
Pretty sure they took some sort of like Jackie Chan sequences and just said, "What if we put kids doing this stuff?" And they're like, "Yeah, it'll make it work."
In my brain right now, I'm getting that movie and Mr. Nanny completely thrown together, and it's not anything. It's just the way my brain works. Maybe I watched them in consecutive.
Who is Mr. Nanny?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, right, because he has the kids under his arms.
Yeah,
in the poster. Sure. What was that? Was
Same
Ernie
vibe,
Reyes Jr. or whoever that little karate kid was?
Yeah, Ernie. You got
he
it.
was in the Ninja movie, Three Ninjas.
No. It was like three blonde-haired kids.
Because I know he was in the Turtles, right, and something else. He was.
Yeah, he had a good run.
He had a good run. Now he owns his own. What is it called? Daiku? No. Sensei? No.
Dojo.
Jesus
God.
He has his own dojo. He probably has his own sensei too.
Sounds like
he
Southern
is
Ohio.
his own sensei, bro. Nobody can call him sensei. He is his own sensei.
No senseis, no masters.
No, if he doesn't call anybody sensei, he is his own sensei. Yeah.
No gods, no senseis.
I took karate once.
No censors. I took karate once too.
I did too.
Okinawan karate.
Wait, you took Shotokan as well?
It's not Shotokan.
Did we talk about it?
It's not called Shotokan.
Well, it's an Okinawan style.
Right,
Shotokan.
but it's not.
Which one did you take?
Okinawan.
Mine didn't have
know.
a name.
Fucking line.
Mine was just
No,
like,
I'm not. I'm serious. I got to fucking brown belt. Thank you very much.
whoa.
in
And I got to
Okinawa.
use
Okinawa. When did you have time to do this? First of all,
this is how mom and dad tried to keep me grounded as a child.
go ahead. You got grounded every time you went to.
No, the best part about that was because my parents are sometimes late, and next door was a luncheonette that had a couple video games,
Pac-Man.
particularly Street Fighter 2.
Are you kidding?
Ooh boy,
You were training your mind and your body at the same
boy.
time.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. I would go train,
perfect.
and then I would go game, training game.
Train game, and
It's,
then you began to run the train game.
I'm not sure where
That's
it is
a little early in his career, I think,
But
that sort of thing.
because I was a brown belt, when you get to brown belt, they let you use weapons. So I got to use a bow.
Did you get to use
So I
a?
learned how to use the bow staff.
Yeah, but see, he didn't mean like a bow and arrow. He meant like Donatello's weapon.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
get
was
to
that
wear
or
the
I
purple?
could've-
Did you get asked to wear a purple eye, a purple eye mask too?
No, I didn't. But turtles were quite popular then.
yeah.
Ninja Turtles and regular turtles.
Pretty sure all turtles were
turtles are
popular.
pretty
That was
All
probably
turtles are
part of the uptick, right? Because of the turtles and people learning
bow staff?
karates.
Yeah, there was like, ever since the movie came out, we had to keep a few extra of these on it.
Nunchucks, size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bows.
Thanks a lot, New York City,
I
for making nunchucks legal again.
we took classes at our local what's it called? It was just like where we held the fair in our little town when they did it.
Fairgrounds, I think
No,
they're called.
it's not that. It's
I think
something
they're called the
else.
fairgrounds.
Hmm.
And anyway, we would go in, and
Esplanade?
there was one guy who knew karate, and
Pergola.
I think he was a black belt, but we didn't. I mean, it was Ohio in a small town, so who knows? But
Buckeye Pergola.
we go in, and we're
So
allowed to
basically, you're
get.
saying is a random stranger was teaching you how to fight.
Well, he was a family friend. You know what I mean?
Family friend.
Yeah. So it was like a church type thing. But anyway, we go in,
Is
and
how you defend yourself from a man coming at you with a crucifix.
after we sort of get 2 or 3 lessons in, we were allowed to get broom handles, which are we can't buy
chosen-
like
Oh
all this
my
karate shit, so
gosh.
we get like broom handles.
Chosen weapon.
Doing the staff with the broom handle, and then my brother, who was a couple years older than me, he was in there one time, and he was facing off against the sensei, and he went to do a move, and he kicked him square in the face, knocked his glasses off.
Yes.
And the guy was like, "You were."
Let's go to lunch.
It's hard to be a person in power when you just got kicked in the face by a student and your glasses go flying.
Right. Yeah. It was.
That's a tough- that's a
Then you got to
tough- that's a
gather.
tough
Then you have to
moment
gather
for a
yourself.
sensei.
Yeah.
You got to gather yourself. You got to give yourself some extra steam.
Yeah.
Like I would get up from that and be like, "That was great. That's how you do it."
I don't
see
think that was the response.
No, it probably wasn't.
Kick
but I'd
me in
be
the
like,
kick me in the Jimmy.
yeah. Kick me in the gym.
I think there was a moment
Is that
of like,
Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. Did
oh
you
my
watch any
God.
of your box set yet?
no, not yet.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
still there.
That was part of the only parts I remember because Mike Judge is so scary without the moderating influence of Greg. Greg.
It needs
Yeah.
to be cut a little bit.
Yeah.
Craig
Greg.
Simmons? No, Daniels.
Thank you.
Craig Daniels.
And it's better. It's better because when you have unfiltered Mike Judge, is different. Sometimes you can't take it.
Oh, I haven't listened to much of any box sets. I did see a lot of box sets.
Did
at
you
the,
watch your?
Mighty Ducks reunion?
Yeah.
Did you watch your? Did
Did you
you?
see how I did that?
Let me take this over. Go ahead.
Did you decide how to divide up your I, Tonya DVD, Blu-ray, and digital copy?
It's
yeah,
still
it's
sitting
still
there.
sitting right there.
Oh, still sitting right there.
Yeah.
I noticed my screener of it was poking out of an envelope that I should give to my mother today.
Can't do that, man.
What? Can't
You gotta
transfer
throw
them.
it out.
No, I know.
You have to throw it out.
They're supposed to
SAG
evaporate.
rules.
They're supposed to
She's gonna
evaporate.
throw it out in her trash can,
Okay, sure.
Oh shit!
and then she'll dig it out.
I never should have
God.
rejoined the.
Yeah. So tell us, you had a very long, you've covered
Weekend,
a lot
Dan.
of miles, yeah,
Yeah.
in the last week. right?
Yeah,
Couldn't tell.
Just went to. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been using a new moisturizer.
Oh, does it have argan oil in it?
No. I don't know.
You still pulling?
I'm still pulling.
Still pulling for the wedding?
Still pulling from the wedding. Still pulling. Still smoothieing.
Yeah.
There's always a
Good.
wedding coming.
no-
There's always a wedding coming up. You know what I mean? Kate's got a big family, so.
But anyway, sorry, we've interrupted your.
No, dude, it was awesome. We got to watch the Mighty Ducks with a bunch of like
I'm sorry, the actual Ducks.
the first
team.
one. It was like an amalgam of people who were in the first one, the second one, and third one, or some were in all three, some were in just two. I was in just one. A couple others were just in the, I was in the one, just the one.
That would be like me.
But it's the one that they showed.
Yes.
So that
Wow.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it was like a Rocky Horror type situation where like there was a DJ.
A review.
There was like a DJ who had like, they put like bags underneath all the seats, and they were like, when Goldberg farts in the limousine, like they had like a little, you can
Fart whistle.
A fart whistle, yeah. No,
Is that what they call those?
I'm
no,
gonna
they
call
had a
that.
whoopee cushion.
John Fart
That's
Whistle,
what
right?
it
Was
not a fart whistle. It was a whoopee cushion. I get them very
John Fart Whistle
confused.
played bass for the Who.
John Entwistle.
I've been to the fart whistle plant.
They make those in Ohio, and that's why you had to get out.
Oh,
No, I
my
don't know if
God.
that's what it is.
What? Ohio used to make all the coolest novelties. I have no follow-ups.
Did they make
I will not be entertaining
Do
any
you remember
questions.
these, the little round tubes?
Yes.
Do you remember those, Dan?
We called
Sort
them.
of.
We called them. I think we called them whizzers.
Whizzers, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Whizzers?
You do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what we called those.
Those were.
And then
They didn't have those there, but they did have duck noise. Not the
Duck calls.
not the duck
Duck
call.
calls.
No, duck noise, because they duck calls they're trademarked
by the Duck Dynasty.
by Duck Dynasty. Another brand we hate.
Another brand we hate.
But we watched the movie with everyone. They stopped it halfway through, and they brought us out, and there was like a bunch of us.
They showed the whole movie.
They showed the whole movie, and they stopped it right as my part was like me entering the team.
Nice.
And
Did
no,
you
they
bust,
didn't
did
show
you bust
it.
through the screen?
No, they didn't show it.
Oh.
They stopped and they brought us out, and they did we did the whole shtick and talked for a while.
Now
and it
let's
was
watch
really
the credits.
cool and great. And then they like took us off, and they're like back to the movie, and they like skipped a chapter. So I just happened to be on the fucking
You were omitted?
team. No, yeah, there was no. I didn't get my
You didn't get your
origin story.
introduction,
I didn't
yeah.
get my origin story.
Yeah.
And
You never forget your first origin story.
But it was-
Mine was, I'm a bad brother.
it was cool to see like Eldon, who is Fulton Reed in the movie. He's got a
you
little
mean
like
Foggy,
three and a,
you mean Foggy Nelson?
Foggy Nelson, correct? He
From Marvel's, Netflix's
got his-
Marvel's Daredevils.
he's got his 3.5-year-old son like sitting there with him, and
Oh,
he's like
that's great.
watching it and like pointing to him, and
Yeah.
like he's bugging out like, well, there's dad, like the whole thing. And I just thought that was very, very fucking sweet. And it was like, it was, one of those moments that I look forward to doing that. I'm sure you will too.
Yeah, I told you guys recently that I showed G just a tiny slice of the Day of the Dot, where Allie and I guess, and all he could focus on was that I put down the trombone. And
Oh,
walked
that's
away
right.
From it.
That's right.
We've been doing more musical stuff. Took G to the sing along yesterday because of President's Day. It was a nice day off, and the clerk there was like, didn't know who I was because I'm never with my son on a Monday. sold me a juice. Looked skeptical, but that shit was packed. The old kiddo sing along with one of their favorite
what?
performers.
Local Brooklyn performer.
Ari, who wears a headband, and the kids love him.
Nice.
He's got fans so bad that they wear headbands to be like him.
In tribute.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And somebody wore yellow wristbands this past time. So full of kids. And then
Full of kids.
I pumped Gerard half full of raspberry apple juice, one of those blends. One of those freaking Red Jacket blends. Now, there's a brand we hate because my kid likes them. And I didn't give him enough sugar, or maybe it was a perfect amount, because he ran around before the show started, and then he just started hugging me in my lap when the music was going on, and didn't want to sing along, even though he knows all those songs. And I'm talking about, he knows Baba Black Sheep, and he knows Twinkle Twinkle. He knows all those damn songs.
Classics.
So I think we had fun anyway. It was just some good public snuggling.
Yeah.
Good public snuggling.
And I know I've complained about this before as well, but Brooklyn women, this is not unique to Brooklyn women, but Brooklyn women are who I'm exposed to a lot. Brooklyn moms have this way of wearing hats when they have bangs and it's winter, and then they just leave the hat on the whole time. And their hair's never disturbed, and you never see what's under the hat, and they just look like they're doing a hat commercial. I'm just like, because I go in and out of places and take my hat off, and I put it back on, and that's, and occasionally I drop it, or I leave it in my hood. That's what usually happens, is I just knock it off into the hood of my jacket. But these women have perfected this way of, it's a triple threat: having bangs, it being never taking the hat off, and like perching it on the head, so it just looks like it's part of their hairstyle. And I can't do it. Other people can.
Yeah, I can't do it. They pop off my head all the time.
I don't take a beanie off usually, because when I do it, my hair is.
You put this one on at 6 a.m., right?
Yeah, it's an auto thing. It just finds its way.
For the listener, Jeremy's trying to take it off with his eyebrows right now. With his forehead, he's wrinkling his forehead in vain.
It's not going in.
It's just
not
covering
going anywhere.
my eyes.
Yeah, I really love that. It's one of my favorite Kids in the Hall sketches is when the guy grows a beard. He's like, I think I'm going to grow that beard. Kevin McDonald. Yeah, such a good guy.
So
at comedy.
Is this the first, to go back to the Ducks thing, is this the first time you've ever been announced at an NHL hockey game on the ice?
No way.
Second time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you go?
Second time. The first time was right before the movie dropped. We were doing promotion and we went to MSG.
I was going to say it was at the Garden, right?
We got to play we did like a scrimmage with the ice hockey team from Harlem.
Oh.
I scored a goal at MSG, just saying.
Nice.
No fucking big deal.
MSG.
But this time we didn't get to do that. This time though, we did get to skate on the ice though at the Honda Center in Anaheim on like fresh ice, which is like so fucking dangerous.
Why?
Is it?
Yeah, well, because they're not like my hockey skates.
It's like
and we were
driving. It's like driving around.
They
on
had to
the
have people like skate
Indianapolis
on it for a
500.
while. They had to have people skate on it because it's so like fresh and slick that like it's. You have to really kind of be a professional.
When they start the NASCAR things, they kind of like drive back and forth to fuck up their tires at first when they start
like
the
get
cars.
in the grooves. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've seen that, yeah.
I think it's because they have slicks. They come out with some slick tires, and
There was drinking in there or something.
Either way.
You thought that there was simultaneously, every single driver experiences vertigo at the beginning of a race. Every single one. Some of them being good Christians.
Yes.
I'm just assuming I'm just assuming teetotalers. I'm not judging.
Smells toast at the same time. That's what I'm saying.
Simultaneous toasting of champagne flutes.
Yeah.
You couldn't even drink in those cars. Those are the ones you have to take the steering wheel out of to get in and out.
Right.
I just, a fixture of the 90s. 90s kids will remember this. Dudes walking into the club with their car radio face.
Oh yeah,
it was a car radio, but then it was just the car radio face that we realized that was the most important part.
She just really made it easier for people to steal. Like when you had to pull the entire thing out, you press the button and you get a little handle and you pull the whole receiver out. We're gonna put it in the trunk,
Dan and I,
or you forget and then you leave it in there and then it's easy pickings for someone.
Right. Problems we don't experience today.
I'll again remember fondly the Rockstar video games, Warriors video game, which was about stealing car radios, and I was psyched.
Truth.
I'm not sure I ever played that, to be honest.
The Warriors game?
The Warriors game, yeah.
Oh, so good. I told
was
you.
Was that the first Rockstar
I told you it
game?
saved me.
Early?
It's an early Rockstar.
Yeah.
It's an early Rockstar
sure.
game.
Yeah.
Not the first Rockstar game.
But yeah, I went ice skating and we played a little bit of hockey for like an hour, just kind of like running around with the puck and shooting stuff. And the whole next day, my whole upper body hurt. My abdomen was sore from like.
But your ass was okay.
No, I didn't fall. I almost ate shit once. We all fell on purpose for like a shot that we thought was funny that they ended up not using, but they made us do the flying V.
Oh yeah.
And then they took videos of it,
Classic.
of us doing the flying V. Yeah, it was like that, but it was super fun and totally worth it, and hanging out with everybody and seeing old friends and stuff like that, and even people who I wasn't even in the second and third movies with, who were just super chill. We all kind of became friends. It was a very nice situation.
It's like having good cousins
And
that you don't see.
Kate and I extended our trip to LA. We just kind of went from Anaheim and went up to LA and stayed there, and it was very bad weather.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
been
raining.
raining the whole time. We only really had
that's
one day.
What'd you do?
We just hung out in Venice and then went up the PCH a little bit. Tried to do a little beach time when it wasn't raining. Ate a bunch of good food. Just kind of saw some old friends haven't seen. Went to Angel City Brewing. Shout out to that place because it's awesome. They have really incredible, delicious beer.
Protect the brand.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd love to come see you someday on our Nostalgia Personified brewery tour.
That's not what it's
We're
called.
brewing right through. We're brewing right through.
Brew through 2019.
Danny likes
Brewing right
brew
through spring.
They have. I saw that they did have a stage, so I feel like we can at least
Yeah.
Impose our will on them.
entertain the idea of doing such.
Entertain the idea of entertaining there.
But we all went to Aaron Schwartz, who was in Mighty Ducks and Pete and Heavyweights. He and Josh Server and I and some other buddies. We all just fucking
Kicked it.
old school. Had a lot of fun and
How many
nice-
shots of Don Julio?
I didn't know shots of Don Julio that time.
I love that
That's
fucking story.
guy.
I love that story.
Yeah. But we all had so much fun at the Mighty Ducks thing, and Marguerite was one of the people who was there, and she took a picture of me, and she posted a picture on Instagram
Go ahead.
that first Kate saw and asked me, "Did you see what Marguerite did?" And I said, "No, I didn't see anything."
Who's Marguerite?
Marguerite played
Moreau.
Connie in
Nice.
Mighty Ducks.
Very cool.
You might also know her from Wet Hot American Summer.
I've never seen that.
What?
What?
The TV show?
No,
I mean, all of them. She was in all of them.
I think I've seen the movie.
Anywho, so I didn't get a chance to even look at the Instagram before I picked up my phone. I had a message from Marguerite, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I can see now that I don't think you guys have said anything to anybody. Do you want me to take this down?" And I was like, I don't know. I think it's fine. And I asked Kate, and she said it was fine. But she blew up the spot that we were having a baby.
Congratulations, Dan. That's so cool.
Thank you.
That's so
Congratulations,
cool.
bud.
I hope you guys ate some super good food while you were out there and healthy baby brain food.
Healthy baby brain food, but it's hard. She was having trouble adapting to West Coast time for 5 days, and then like immediately hit it the day that we were leaving. So she's in a little bit of a mess. But I thought it was quite funny that of all people, you know, I think my mom could screw it up. Someone could screw it up. It had to be Marguerite Moreau.
Brendan. I think.
Brendan
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
mess it up?
No,
he
well,
blamed me for messing it up.
Jeremy messed it up twice.
I did not.
Jeremy messed up
Nope.
twice. For the listener,
In front of
for the
whom?
listener,
In front
when
of
you
whom?
tell people secrets,
Yeah,
you
you keep it
expect them to keep their secrets.
And I was.
But let's
Brendan
on.
knew for the first. I think
Brendan
you
did
told
not
him before
know.
me.
He just
never
had a
told Brendan.
sensibility about these
No,
things, right?
no.
Intuition.
Jeremy made a boo boo and slipped and then tried to fix it, and because he was trying hard to fix it, made it more inflammatory.
No.
I mean they're having twins.
Which also
type of
happened.
shit.
Did I tell you that?
Who had twins?
The doctor, 12 weeks in or something like that, we're getting ready for some sort of checkup, and we get a phone call confirming, and the woman's like, "Okay, we're in for 11:30, blah blah blah. Twins, right?" No twins,
Nothing.
single.
Yeah.
Okay, well
One baby.
we'll make a change. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Next visit, same
Twins.
shit happens. They're like twins. I'm like, please, can you
Update your
Can
records.
you please update your
Okay,
records?
third time.
Literally happened a third time.
Wow.
I told Kate, I was like, you have to call the doctor right now.
Tell them I want to see.
I need to know what I'm getting myself
I
into
want to see.
here.
I want to see.
I want these long nose hairs in my are turning white with
Already.
every hour. That I'm concerned that maybe there'll be twins. Not that I'm concerned, because it would be beautiful to have
Just
two
thinking
babies.
about it. Just
That's
thinking.
what
But
your
it's
mom said, wasn't it?
But it's just one of those things where for 16 weeks or so, or you're like,
Messes.
yeah, just one baby,
Just
right?
hanging.
Just one
Yeah,
baby,
yeah.
and then they say twins, and your whole
3 times.
yeah, literally, and you're like, oh fuck. So yeah, that's what's happening on my front, everybody.
You're trying to get confirmation whether you're having twins or not.
No, I've been told and confirmed that it is not twins.
It
They
could-
had a baby anatomy scan and everything. Everything's cool. We
there's
chose
no-
not to know who
but
what
there's
the
no
baby is.
But there's no extra set of teeth like the one baby ate the other.
No.
Because that's what sharks do in the uterus. It's amazing, bro. Sharks are amazing. Sharks give birth.
They're the bird of prey of the sea.
Sharks are the bird of prey of the sea. They give birth to several embryos live that then fight it out and they give birth to the one that wins. I swear to God. They like, you know how the baby eagles kind of like,
Isn't that how
I'm not fucking with you. This
all
is
right. Okay, I believe you.
so the
I
baby
can tell in his voice that
I swear to
you're
God.
being real right now.
The baby eagles do that thing where they, one will try and monopolize the food, and then the parent is like, you know what? The other one's not going to live through the winter. I'm just going to give it to the one. When there's two, when they usually hatch a pair, like one is always trying to like dominate the other and stuff like that. So
Wouldn't you just consider that always just a runt of the litter?
yeah, but they tend to live. They get Disney movies made about them. They don't get fucking pecked to death. This one's going to be called Blindo. You know what I mean? That's going to be the Blindo is going to be the Disney movie about the
blind parrot.
What? No, it's going to be the eagle that had his eye pecked out by his big brother who was trying to take all his food. Yeah. So I think it's tiger shark embryos. Tiger shark embryos fight it out in the
That's
uterus.
why they're named tiger sharks.
Jeremy, I swear it.
I believe you. I believe you.
I mean, there was no mention of hummus, so I'm obliged to.
Oh, give it.
That's it. That's a dead giveaway.
That's my marker. Yeah, that's my bullshit meter.
That's amazing.
Yes. Well, congratulations, Dan. We're very happy for you.
That's
Thank
awesome,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see the day
We're gonna have.
where little Gerard and little baby Danny.
I know a good doula. If you want a good doula,
There you go. Cheap rates.
cheap rates. Brings her own inflatable birth pool. You guys are good. What floor are you guys on? Fourth floor,
Fourth
right?
floor.
You probably want to have the home birth. It's much better than going up and down the
Having to
stairs
get
all
up
the
and
time.
down the stairs.
Yeah,
Well,
have the home birth.
we'll see what happens. NYU Langone is where we're going, and they're
Kenneth Langone, big time Catholic and one of the founders of the major early starters of the Home Depot.
In NYU,
Who
New York University.
New York
is a
University,
here in New York.
here in the state of the city and state of New York.
Oh yeah.
Langone said he said to the church, he said to the Pope, no, he said to the Cardinal, he was like, this Pope, you got to tell him to lay off the rich people stuff. You got to tell him to stop talking about the social justice and stuff like that, because you need contributions from us to renovate St. Patrick's Cathedral. And if you keep villainizing us, we're not going to want to give you as much money to make St. Patrick's. What a shitbag.
Yeah.
I didn't know any.
I didn't. Yeah.
Sorry.
I had no idea.
Sorry.
That's not.
Anyway, enjoy your baby. Healthy baby, man. Healthy baby. Adele has experience on every freaking hospital. So I think she'll be able to give me a good evaluation very soon and probably give you the stamp of approval.
Okay.
But I'm saying
I'm into that. I don't know what
she has her own
I don't
pool.
know what we're doing.
She
I don't
has
know
her
what we're
own
doing. I don't think
pool
that's
if you
gonna.
want to do the home
I
birth.
understand that. And
You guys don't have cats, right? No cats.
As appetizing as that sounds,
Bro, then she can just
I would
pick
like
up
to
the
talk. You know what?
then she can
you know
just
what we
pick up
need
the
to talk
placenta
about? We
from
get
you.
really weird. It's exactly that. Like, yeah, you can make the pills for the placenta.
Imagine taking the placenta home on the B43 bus. Nothing. $2.75 on the Metro card and a little bag of bio.
No. It's like Futurama, like the head. The guy's head and the thing. Yeah, it's in a jar.
Yeah, so
Surrounded by fluid.
you're going to take a lovely journey on the B43 bus into.
No, I got a car, man. I'm not going to be dealing with that.
Not you. I'm talking to the placenta.
Oh no, the placenta comes with us, right?
No, the placenta's going to take
You
a
gotta
lovely.
you got to bring a cooler if you want to keep it. That's what they said.
It's also
I'm
like
not even kidding.
It's
That's
also
what
like
they're
a
like, bring a
rigging job.
cooler.
Yeah. You also have to sign something, and they do something about pathology. It depends on the hospital, but then it takes a journey
NYU
into.
Langone is a hospital that has many student research everything. So every time we go there for like a checkup or something like that, like there's someone like.
Would you like to participate in a study?
It's exactly right. But
we're studying the effect of paper towel tank tops on human skin.
We're studying the effect of where you live in carcinogenic value of where you're living and how that affects.
Oh yeah, I would.
Like there's
I
all
would
sorts
go
of,
off the
like,
charts
crazy
because I'm
shit,
in Greenpoint.
but it's
You're
like-
okay.
It's like, spit into this, pee into that. Let me take blood for this. And they don't ever tell you what the results are going to be. You're just helping the study. And I kind of find that awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, I think as long as healthcare information is anonymized enough for studies, then we're in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, your name and everything, nothing gets.
Well, for tracking purposes. it's
well, I would
good.
just be curious, like at the end, like you participated in the study, like, will you give us the results? And they said no.
Yeah, G was born in a.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So how is that? I'm glad it
doesn't
helps
help
other
me.
people.
Yeah, it's not going to help me personally. Well, if it helps everybody, when they release the study, then you'll find out.
Right.
But G was born in not a teaching hospital, in a city hospital. So they did all this stuff about, does the mom have this? Does the mom have that? Did he breastfeed right away? How's his birth weight? How is his immunizations? How, because
Right.
the city is
they want the
collecting
statistics.
Yes, because the city is collecting
Analysis.
the statistics.
Yes.
And so I had to give him a name. How about some names? Let's talk names.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Well, you don't know the gender yet.
How about
we don't know the gender yet.
So,
We're not
Pete
going
would be good for either one.
I mean, no.
Petunia or Pete?
So-
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty
Petunia
easy.
or
You know
Pete.
what's very funny is because when I wrote on that Instagram, I said we don't know if it's going to be a Pete or Petunia, and I can't tell you how many people were like, Petunia is the female Pete. It's just blowing my mind.
It's your it's the yin to your
I
yang.
thought that was very funny. I feel like that was always sort of tongue in cheek to me.
You could
Yeah, I don't.
let's open a bar.
Pete and Petunias?
No, just so you could have your restrooms.
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
Whenever
Oh,
you go
one
to a
door
hokey
says
restaurant,
Pete,
whenever
one
you go to
door
a
says
hokey
Petunia.
restaurant in the gender binary, you're always getting, hosses and ponies and fillies and mares and saddles and cowboys and hopalongs and Cassidys.
I always use the saddles door.
Well, that's if I have to take a shit. I always use the saddle stuff.
Yeah, and they're all saddle toilets. That's
Saddle toilet.
That's terrible.
Oh my God, we are going to make a great theme restaurant. We really are.
that is the ultimate $1 billion idea. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate.
money making idea.
I'm into it. As
Yeah.
long as I can make some vegetarian bowls and a couple
Ooh, yeah.
meat protein bowls in there,
Bowls
let's,
for sure.
let's do it.
There's some bowls.
Bowls for
No,
sure.
I told you my idea I've always wanted to have was I want to have a bar club, like rock bar, that serves breakfast sandwiches exclusively. Like, and gets the good bagels. Like, it's just like that kind of place. And like late night, if you want like a bacon, egg, and cheese or a Taylor ham,
Some
That's where you go.
egg
A
and
tower.
cheese, a
You hit
scrapple,
a tower.
yeah, like seriously, just like one
Yeah.
one top like that. Just
And what
just
would we call it? Little Pete's closed in Philly, right?
I know, yeah.
So we could buy their
Oh.
signage. We could buy their signage.
That was all good stuff, too. That's like neon sign.
Little Pete's. No, I wouldn't do that.
You
Yeah, but
wouldn't?
for your living room, that would be amazing. Or this podcast studio, that'd be amazing.
We'd call it Rolling Thunder. That's what I would call
Wow.
it if we're gonna go Pete and Pete reference.
Good idea. But then what would you call the restrooms?
Well, Rolling Thunder. You could make it sort of cowboy themed if you wanted to. The name lends itself pretty easily
Truckers.
to saddle toilets.
Do you know how many people would come?
Saddle
just for the
toilets
saddle
is our
toilets?
$1 billion idea
That's
for this mini.
disgusting.
Hey, you guys heard it.
disgusting.
Hey, you heard it here first. But it just
People go to
It's
Cincinnati
crazy.
to see the fucking Rumpke toilet fronts that you open up for the Jungle Jim's place. So
That's a good
why?
point. Didn't we take pictures? Did we take a
Yeah,
video
we
coming
did.
outside?
Sure, we did.
Yeah, and we have pictures of you coming out of the toilet stalls.
That's amazing.
Of photo proof, not the stall. I hope
Well, whatever it is, the Rumpke,
the rump key.
porta potty front.
What
He's
is-
got a rump key.
Yeah, I got to run
Yeah.
key.
What else do we want to talk about, gents?
Oh,
We want to say
well-
thank you to the Ducks of Mighty.
Yeah, we can thank
Absolutely.
the Anaheim Ducks because they gave me a bunch of free stuff.
Thanks
That
to
was
thanks
fun.
to NYU Lane Go and get rid of your contributor. Get rid of your main contributor. What a shitbag. God, you're rich. We fucking get it.
My nephew pooped on the toilet yesterday for the first time.
Liam, my
No, not
boy.
Liam, not Liam. No,
I would
'cause
hope
I got
Liam would
three.
be
I've
good.
got yeah.
Henry?
Liam is Henry.
Don't worry, I'm on
And
it.
Henry.
I have a nephew named Henry, actually.
Henry is so into music, and like he just got a ukulele, and he just runs around talking about Uncle Danny and playing guitar. It really like
They got to hang out.
I think it upsets Kate because she'll go back to PA and he'll be like, "Where's Uncle Danny? We want to play. Like we play the Tapano,
duets, yeah.
playing the Tapano, playing the guitar.
It's a piano.
It's a
It's a
piano.
piano."
But
he
it
just-
sounds like
he
something
says-
in
but
Rockland
he
County. It
says
sounds like a
it-
Rockland County thing.
He says Tapano.
Oh, he says Tapano. I love that.
But so I wrote a song yesterday about him pooping, and I sent it to him, and
Oh, I
he
can't
fucking
wait.
freaked out.
I can't wait.
Uncle Funky
What's
Bottoms.
gonna happen here? Oh.
You want to hear the song?
Yeah, you need to hold it. Okie dokie. Back up a little bit.
Oh, you have the bass out. I heard the bass.
Guitar.
I heard the bass. I heard the guitar.
Doesn't sound like a pooping song, right?
What did you live stream this?
Henry, you gotta go. But now you know. When you got that feeling gum.
Feeling gum?
Feeling
You
go.
know where you gotta go. You going to the bathroom. Yeah, you got it in the bowl.
You dropped it in. Good job. Bad.
Henry's got it in the bowl.
In the bowl. In the bowl.
Wow.
I mean, that was just off the cuff. I'm going to make a real song about that.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a real song.
I mean, there's so many good rhymes. You know, sitting on the pot, squat. There's
Toilet, boil it.
There's so much good stuff.
I think you got to go like the Muppets route where you add one little sound effect in there somewhere.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be coming. It's gonna be coming on my EP.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be making a
a
dad,
children's.
I'm gonna be making a dad rock EP.
Exterior pisser.
Exterior. It's not gonna be called Exterior Pisser.
It's an EP.
It might be Uncle Funky Bottoms,
The Uncle Funky
but
Bottoms.
I'm not a
Timberlake
dad.
presents.
Daddy Funky Bottoms.
That's just a little bit of vinyl.
Daddy Funky Bottoms and the No Pants Dance Party. That'll get me in trouble.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, I don't know what's happening, but like the kitty, I got another song called Eggies in their head and Eggies in their hair and they don't care. I got Eggies in my hair and I really do not care. Like, so what? That's like such like that's such a flossy kid song. Like, I'm so kid, I can
this.
put Eggies in my hair and I don't care.
I can handle this. No problem.
So anyway, I'm just saying I'm gonna get on my kindy rock.
Nice. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's called kindy rock.
Wow, I thought he mispronounced that,
It's
but
for
no.
real. It's for real.
Wow.
For re.
Kidney rock?
Well, stay tuned for that on
Not
the
kidney rock.
the new Danny and Mike merch store at shop.dannyandmike.com.
Yeah, I don't have to go through any label. I can go just right through
Direct
Seltzer King's
download.
podcast.
If-
Direct to download, baby.
If you want to give us a call and let us know how you feel, it's 347-470-8150.
I can't believe that you can remember that.
I
For the
remember my
listener-
phone number
for
from
the
when I was a
listener,
kid,
We've erased it from the board at the moment.
and I looked at the board
and
and
you went to
still
look
read
at it, and you still because it's just been there. Can you see that?
No, I still remembered it. But I remember my phone number from when I was a kid. I remember pretty much. I have my godmother's phone number. I know my grandmother's phone number. Yeah, I know some phone numbers.
I had to teach my phone number to my wife by song.
My wife.
Really?
Yeah, I had to go do do do.
Don't do it.
do.
614-94398. That's your phone number.
That's my. Well, if you.
Hi, Danny Barnes, Salino and Barnes. Nice to meet
I don't
you.
want to.
I'm
I don't
looking
want
for
to.
a new partner.
I don't
Oh,
want to come
gosh.
off. I don't
Oh,
want to come
gosh.
off like somebody who gets doxxed on their own, like Michael C. Morona doxes people.
Oh,
and
gosh.
get their own people doxxed. If you guys want to follow him on Twitter, you can at Michael C. Morona.
That's right.
And if you're coming to play with words that Mike might not like, get ready for the chud. Get ready for
Get ready
the big
for the
old.
chud.
Get ready for the big old chud
ready for
in
the
your
chud.
face.
Thank you to all the fans, listeners, and people who are good.
Oh,
Yeah.
last thing I also saw on the Twitter, because people are awesome and they respond to us and they chat with us. We had a listener tell Mike how much he sounds like he's just so happy every time he talks about G. It was such a really lovely little note that person sent you.
That's awesome.
I can't remember who it was, but I'm acknowledging that was a really nice thing.
Thanks for
Because it's true. I noticed.
it's
I noticed it
absolutely
true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just wait there.
For the listener, Mike is turning red as his Liverpool scarf.
Yeah.
Up the Reds.
What else? We're going on tour. Check that out. Go
Yeah.
to DannyandMike.com for more information about that.
/events.
I don't know
First
if
two
that's
nights are sold out, guys. First two nights.
shows
Come
sold
on.
out.
Bam. What do you like?
Get your tickets today.
Upstate New York? Yeah, we did it.
Philadelphia
Croydon,
area.
Northern Philadelphia? Yeah.
We got you covered.
We got you.
Yeah.
And then Florida.
And then
We're coming
our
for
first
ya.
time in Florida as a podcast. It's going to be fun.
And in April at the Spaceland Bar in
Connecticut.
4-4, Connecticut. Get your tickets for that because they are also going.
April will be a time for us.
Yeah, it's going to be great. What else? Check us out on the Last Podcast Network. Also, check out all their other great podcasts. That's lastpodcastnetwork.com. Also, like I said before, check us out on our new merch store, shop.dannyandmike.com. And what else, gentlemen? I'm at Remy Balin or Jeremy Balin on the Instas.
I already did Michael's.
Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Danny and Mike with the N spelled out. And that's all of our plugs, I think.
I'm at Danny Tamborelli on Instagram and
He
at
said
D
yours.
Tamborelli at... No, he didn't.
No, I didn't.
Dummy.
Well,
Wow.
I'm at D Tamborelli at Twitter. Yeah, that was mean. I shouldn't have said that. I called someone a dickhead on Instagram for referring to us as people that didn't care about
Mighty Ducks
who were
3.
in around. No,
People that didn't care about being in Mighty Ducks 2 or 3.
Sean Weiss, who was Goldberg, wasn't there because he's like,
Yeah,
he's
going through
really
some
messed up and having a hard time. And someone was like, maybe you guys should stop having reunions and start helping your friends. And it was like, well, sir,
Everybody's at different. Everybody's at different stages in their life.
and we've all reached out in some way, shape, or form, and nobody wishes him
exactly.
anything except the best. So I told that person to keep their thoughts to themselves, particularly if they don't know what's going on, and stop sounding like a dickhead. And he responded like, "I'm sorry, but I just want you to know that I'm not a dickhead." I was like, "Well, I said you sound like a dickhead."
Yeah, word. Don't be a dick. Don't act.
Don't
like
be
one.
a dickhead, guys.
that's
But
our last and
Wow.
final parting words. Say it all together.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Don't be a dickhead.
Bye.
Do 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 do.
Put it in the bowl.
Bye. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Marona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.